Sister's Day is that Mary and Martha, who is on the Lord's side. Before I proceed, I still want to appreciate the commanding officer. This message might not be for everybody, but I know God is set to speak to just one person, at least one person today. During the playlet, during that Pray For Me, I watched that playlet, that drama, or whatever it was that. That was a summary of this message. Praise God. Please, can you just applaud them? Sisters, you all did beautifully. From the choir administrations to the scriptures, Bible quiz competition and all that, you all did great. But that playlist stood out for me. You saw that drama. I told the mother and the father, I'm leaving home. Did you see that? And from what I understood, I think there was cause. That's why that child, there's a promise over that child's life. That's why that child returned alive. Praise God. So this morning I want you to keep your focus on God. Verse 26. I'll take that quickly. Exodus 32, verse 26. On the Lord's side. In all honesty, in my own opinion, I don't know about your opinion, but in my opinion, I would say they were both on the Lord's side. Why do I say this? As a counseling psychologist, in psychology, we believe that we have different temperaments. We have the sanguines and we have the phlegmatics. If you've seen the book, Why You Act the Way You Do by Tim LaHaye, when you see a sanguine, they are always busy, doing different things, busy, walking, talking, friendly, and all that. They are outspoken people. They are more on the quiet side. Do you agree with me? They don't always talk too much. They are more of the listening type. So I would say Mary happens to be on that part of that temperament. Mary happens to be someone that is always ready to listen, always ready to hear what you have to say, than doing all the talking. But from what we've read about Martha, permit us to quickly read that part of that scripture in Luke so that we can have an understanding of where we are coming from. Luke chapter 10, verse 38 to 42. Luke 10, 38 to 42 says, And Jesus and his disciples were on their way. He came to a village where a woman named Martha opened her home to him. She had a sister called Mary, who sat on the Lord's feet, listening to what he said. But Martha was distracted by all the preparations that had to be made. In my Message translation, it says she was busy with kitchen things. She came to him and asked, Lord, don't you care that my sister had left me to do the work by myself? Tell her to help me. Martha, Martha, the Lord answered, you are worried and upset about many things, but only one thing is needed. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her. Praying for this message, I noticed that was not the first time of Jesus visiting this family. Jesus had a rapport with that family, with Mary, Martha, and their brother Lazarus. He had a relationship with them. But from what we've seen, the way people always paint this picture, it made it look as if Martha was not really into God. No, she was. But Martha believed that in her own way, the best way to serve God is through service. She's a very friendly person. She's outspoken. She's very, very bold. Once she sees, in fact, in my studies, I discovered that in her community, she's ready to gather people and cook for them to eat. And you agree with me, for you to be a true Christian, you need part of those Martha traits. Do you agree with me? You cannot claim to be a born-again Christian or a child of God and not be able to give. That is the part I'll put Martha. Martha believed her own act of service is by giving. Oh, after Jesus will finish talking, I need to make sure his food is ready. I need to make sure his water is set. I need to make sure the wine is ready. And in African culture, I'm bringing it down to our side right now to relate this story, these two characters, to us outside what Mary and Martha were. We believe that in Africa, as a daughter, you should be able to do what? Cook. Do you agree? But during that time, they believed that men were the ones that sit to hear the word. Mary was expected to be in the kitchen with Martha. But Mary was, she understood the spiritual need of Jesus. I'll put it that way. She understood that she needed to connect to something that moment. But Martha, in her own language of service to God, of being on the Lord's side, of loving up on God, is by service. So I wouldn't say that Martha did not serve. She was on the Lord's side in her own way. But from the scriptures, from what we read, where Martha missed at that point where she went to Jesus and made a complaint. Jesus was not really mad at Martha for her attitude. He wasn't. He only scolded her for complaint. As believers, as Christians, when you understand your service to God, be you a sanctuary keeper, be you a chorister, be you a praise team lifter, be you a protocol officer, or whatever team you belong in church. When fighting a sanctuary keeper, for example, when you go on Saturdays to clean the sanctuary, whether others are there or not, do it joyfully, without any filthiness. Are you catching what I'm saying? Don't complain. Don't say, oh, Sister Ikuba did not come today. I'm the only one that will wash all these toilets. I'm the only one that will clean all these chairs, all these pastor seats, all these altars. Sister Ikuba